the pie chart and Doughnut chart. It's a pretty simple one. Pie chart and Doughnut chart. What is pie chart? Pie chart are best suited for showcasing part to whole relationship. Part to whole relationship. I just remove this. I simply click on this is your pie chart. Click on this. And also I'm going to click on the Doughnut chart. The Doughnut chart is located close to the pie chart. I just click on the Doughnut chart also here. And here, if you want to see let's take a simple example, and I'm going to do the same thing for category also. And sales. So what is the difference between pie chart and Doughnut chart? First of all, when can I use pie chart? If you want to showcase or part to whole relationship, in that kind of situation, you can use pie chart. Okay, Doughnut chart, right? Doughnut chart is also similar to the pie chart. Both of them are same. Only difference is you can see some, the blank value here. Okay. The Doughnut charts also best used to compare a particular section to the whole. So I want to compare. Listen, I want to compare a particular section to this whole, right? So in the technology 39.491 compared to other one, this section contribution is very high. The same thing is applicable here also. Now the question is, which one should I use? It can I use pie chart or Doughnut chart? Nowadays, most of them they started using Doughnut chart. And if your category column has more number of values in it, then don't use both, because it is difficult to make out, right? It will be cluttered, literally cluttered. For example, here I'm going to remove the category. Instead, I'm going to use something called region. Look, it's literally cluttered here. So especially this one, very difficult to make, Caribbean. And if you have, in this case also fine, there are some categorical variables. So region is a categorical variable. If you have some other categorical variable which has more values than this, it will be literally cluttered. In that kind of situation, don't use either pie chart or Doughnut chart. If the number of values in your category is less, then reasonably less, then you can go for this Doughnut chart or pie chart. Nowadays, most of them, they prefer the Doughnut chart only. And right, so in the middle of this Doughnut chart, you can see blank here. Right, so that what you can do is you can specify the title or something like that here. It will help you to save some space, okay? So that is pretty much about the pie chart. And the next one is what we will do is we'll take a quick look at the God chart. We have something else called God chart. So where is the God chart? It is something like this is the God chart. So what is a God chart? God chart is used to show the progress toward a particular goal. If you want to compare your actual with target. So marketing guys. So in my marketing department, for each salesperson, I'm going to set the target. Hey, you need to achieve $5 million. You need to achieve $2 million. You need to achieve $10 million because you're a senior salesperson. This is the target I'm setting to them. So every quarter, I'm going to review salesperson A. So his target is $2 million. How much he achieved at the end of quarter one? Whether he achieved $2 million or not. That kind of situation, God chart is very much helpful. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply put the sales here. The total sales is 11.30. The God chart, you will find something called minimum. Look here, this is your minimum value. This is your maximum value. And we have something called indicator. The indicator is nothing but your target. So I'll show you, we have some, look here. The moment when I selected this one, the Doughnut chart, and when I dropped this column sales here, it shows by default 0 is the minimum sales, the maximum sale. We can specify some meaningful value here. Okay, so or we can simply go here and general. We can specify somewhere here. Gauge axis. Yeah, in the gauge axis, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the minimum is minimum sales should have been achieved by $5 million. Million in the sense 6, right? Yeah, 6 here. So the minimum is 5M. Minimum sales supposed to be 5 million, but we are way beyond the minimum. Okay, what is the maximum sales? So maximum you can achieve practically 25 million. This is 25 minimum sales, maximum sales. Practically, we know very well, maximum we can achieve 25 million, or let's say 15 million, right? So maximum, okay, in this case I put 20 million. Maximum we can achieve 20 million. Minimum you can achieve, minimum you're supposed to achieve 5, maximum this one. And what is the target? At any cost, you are supposed to achieve it to $15 million. Look here, there is a needle here. The moment when I put the value in the target field, a needle started appearing here. It shows the target value. So I set the target for the marketing department or the sales department is 15 million. So with this, we should be able to measure their performance, each department performance, right? Or each region's performance. This is a South region's sales performance. So with this, we can, by setting the target, we will get to know whether are we on track or not. So we have achieved 11 million, but the target is 15 million. Anyhow, thank God. So let's we are in the the beginning of the first quarter, second quarter. The second quarter beginning itself, we are able to achieve 11 million. So we are left with 2 more months in the second quarter. So we are in a much better position. This is how they interpret it. So that you need to set the target. Okay, this is the minimum, the maximum, this is the target. These 3 values, you need to get it from your management and go to the gauge axis. You will find these 3 fields. You can key in these values. Or if you have the data available in the columns, the given data set itself, if you have the minimum value, maximum value, target value, simply drag and drop it here. Minimum value, minimum sales, maximum sales, target sales. You can drag and drop it. Since I don't have the values available in my table column or data set column, I just go here and expand gauge axis. Here I go and specify it manually. So now you understood, with gauge chart, we can show the progress toward a particular goal. What is my goal? 15 million is my goal. So with this, you can get to know the progress. It shows the minimum, maximum, current value against the target value. The gauge chart is often used to represent the KPI, key performance indicator. So now the question is, what all situations can I use gauge chart? Sales, profits, and or revenue, right? You can use gauge chart for sales or revenue or profit. You can use it for profit also. This is the minimum profit, maximum profit. What is the target profit we are supposed to achieve? Are we on track? To measure the progress, use gauge chart. Right? It is used to represent the KPIs, key performance indicators. What is key performance indicators? It's kind of a metrics. Like sales is a metric. Like this one, the profit is also a metric. To measure those metrics, we use gauge chart. And the next one is the tree map. We have something else called tree map. With this, I'm going to wrap up, don't worry. So we have something, I just go back to the pie chart page so that we can compare this one. Look here, I just minimize this, and I just copy paste this one, and I just move this down here. And if I click on this tree map, it got converts a tree map. So the tree map visual display the hierarchical data as a set of nested triangles. These are the triangles, nested triangles, create nested triangles. For example, if you want to drag and drop another column, you can find the nested, or a rectangle comprise smaller rectangles. Okay, so each smaller rectangles represent each level of the hierarchy. Okay, the size of the space inside each rectangle in Power BI is determined by the measured value. So in this case, the sales. If the sales is higher, the sales, higher the space will be there in your rectangle. So here in this case, the sales is very less compared to other region. Hence, it shows the space is very small here. But the beauty of the tree map is, even if you reduce it to smaller size, you'll get to know this one. See, still this smaller size is visible, right? But when you do the same thing here, what will happen is, so this one, right, this line is not that much visible. Not much visible, especially if you use more number of categories. As specific categories values are very small, what will happen is these wedges will become very, very thin, very difficult to make out. Okay, so even if you resize this one, it will be still clear. The data will be very clear. And if you have more number of categorical values are there in a categorical variable, better you can go for the tree maps. And when should I use tree maps? More category values are there in a category, then you can go for tree maps. And this is too helpful to elaborate the proportion of the parts on the complete table. Okay. So it helps us to understand or to present the distribution pattern of every categorical level in your hierarchy. So in that kind of situation, also this is very much helpful, the tree map. You can use tree map as well. Okay. So if yeah, pie chart and Doughnut chart, you can use it to compare the part to the whole. Or if you want to find out the part to whole relationship, then you can either use pie chart or Doughnut chart. Pie chart is the very older thing. So this is the most of them, they use Doughnut chart only in place of pie chart nowadays. Okay, so now you understood when to use pie chart, when to use tree map, and what is God chart also, right? How to plot the God chart also, we have seen it. Fine. It's already 10:30. What we will do is tomorrow we will continue with some other visuals, and also we'll discuss about the important concepts like drill through, and we did look at the cross filtering, cross highlighting, edit interactions, all those important topics. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Okay. Any questions so far?